Today, I am getting a tattoo. I didn't grow up with tattoos being cool. It was something prisoners do. It definitely wasn't a good thing. When I got my first tattoo at 25, it was a big deal. So it's a cross and a heart that back then for me signified being God's child. When my mom found out I got this tattoo, she literally said to me, "I'm so disappointed in you." I was a pretty good kid, flew below the radar, I was really good at that. Don't rock the boat, don't cause any conflict. I was really good at being that kind of a kid. So I've gotten several tattoos since then, but I would still consider myself back then as pretty conservative. Up until about 4 years ago, I went through a lot of change. A lot of change about what I believed. Back then, I met a person and I would put them in a category. That's when a lot of really shitty stuff happened to me. I started losing friends and even family. Ben and I have actually talked about this on a podcast that we have called Everyone Belongs. We'll link it down below, but it basically just talks about our spiritual story starting from our childhood. I'm getting a leaf sequence of the cycle of a leaf. So like green leaves here, down here will be the leaves that are falling, and they'll be the different colors. And then down at my wrist will be like a pile of
At your wrist?
dead
Wait.
leaves. I've noticed in myself, especially in the last 2 years, a lot of changes in me. And I think a lot of what I believed was tied into my family, my community, and making sure I didn't lose any of those things. Even if that was a subconscious thing for me.
It's going down to your wrist?
Of course.
But your wrist is so like small. It's gonna be like tiny.
Wait, how like far?
Well, I'm not, you and I talked and I think I decided not to do my hand this time.
You were gonna do your hand?
I was thinking about it, yes. But when I started losing those things, I started feeling more freedom, but also just like, well, if I'm losing all this, what am I even believing it for?
I'm not gonna see this at all.
Well, you said
until
you might
get it.
Well, you said you might come.
A green leaf,
But by then
a brown leaf, a browner leaf, and then a browner leaf, and then a browner leaf, and then a pile of leaves.
Like green leaves that are still on the stem. Already I have like a branch there. He's gonna extend the branch and then show like a bundle, I guess. Most of my life has been catered around other people. What does so-and-so gonna think about this? What's my mom gonna think about this? What's my friend gonna think about this? And I never felt freedom or confidence to just ask, what do I think about this? And then that's the most important thing.
It's just like, I don't understand. I cannot look like a pile of like crap at the bottom if it's just like a pile of dead leaves. Like, do you see the leaves out there? Do they look like great? Yeah.
Well, I don't think death is pretty. Oh, it could be. I guess it depends on how you look at it. So this tattoo I'm getting, it's gonna be my biggest tattoo that I've gotten yet.
Well,
I think,
you're gonna have some color down there, right? Wasn't that the point?
I don't know.
Left onto Ferry Avenue.
All right, I'm on my way to get my tattoo. To me, it signifies how to let go of something and just embrace life, embrace what comes at you. Leaves are really good at that. They grow and then eventually they let go, knowing, as a leaf could know, that they're gonna die. I really like that lesson and I'm trying to learn that lesson. in life, that suffering comes from not being able to let go of the things that are happening to you. Hey.
Whoa.
Oh wait, sorry, I don't know how to do this. I'm having issues.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it goes like on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
This scene brings me hope that, oh, okay, you die and you're reborn again. Like leaves, they come back in the spring. Your tattoos on you can tell that story. I think that's pretty cool. Ben brought me Indian food. Pretty excited to eat this. One of these things I feel like I've developed in the last, I think especially 6 months, is this kind of mentality that I've never had before. There's a lot of things that I would have never done in the past because I was too afraid of what people would think, or of regret, of doing something wrong. But I don't have those, I would say, hang-ups as much anymore. And so I think that is actually giving me the ability to just, oh, I have an idea for a tattoo that I like. Let's go for it. Let's do it. All the way down my arm. Let's make it permanent. I'm sure in some ways I'm making up for lost time. Life is too short to be living it for someone else. So I'm trying to live it for myself. This part's a bitch. Probably the worst.
Man, it's crazy you have tattoos like on your forearms and I don't. This is the first time you're like ahead of me.
I don't think anyone's meant to live their life for someone else. I think that breeds a lot of resentment and it can really keep someone from becoming their full self. I'm a little nervous. I know they're painful. I've had them. And that's a lot of needles for a long time in my arm. Well, we've got the outlining and shading done. I am doing part 2 in a couple weeks because I can't handle it. It's like pretty intense. I'm done. I am done for the day. Brian's done for the day.
I'm gonna go eat.
Yeah, definitely. Gotta go eat. So you can see I'm also pretty excited that I'm actualizing a dream that I had. So, f it. Let's go get a tattoo. This is it. Let me get a little closer here. Yeah. My skin is really angry, but that looks awesome. Whew. Well, that was a day. That was intense. I've gotten tattoos before, but never one this extensive, never one this big. And I'm glad I'm doing it in 2 parts, but I have to wait about 3 weeks before I can get this one completed. Time to go home. I feel pretty wasted. I'm shivering, and now we are recording a podcast, but we have some coffee here. That should help me, hopefully. Dude, getting tattooed for 3 hours straight is no fucking joke, let me tell you. Some of you out there probably know what I'm talking about.
It's hard work.
Pretty excited how it's all panning out on my arm.
The podcast we are recording tonight is part 6 of our story, and it's really starting to get intense. For those of you guys that don't know, We're talking about the most painful process that we went through in our entire life, where we lost all of our community, half of our family, and we're giving all the detail this time for the first time ever. We're not holding back. So we're gonna record that podcast episode right now, and we'll try and put the link at the end of this video if you guys are interested in checking that out. If you're into like understanding our spiritual background and hearing a crazy, brutal story, this might be the place for you.
This podcast is for you.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.
So, fuck it. Let's go get a tattoo. Okay, let's do that again. So, fuck it. Let's go get a tattoo.